Hello, this is Victor, and in the next video I'm going to explain how I paint the base as you see here. Okay, so you can see I did a blue helmet, and then I did a yellow helmet for the Space Marines, and then I did all these skulls and so on. But I had a problem, and my computer breakdown, so I lose the first clips of the video. So I'm going to explain here what are the first steps, and then you will see as of the dry brushing process how everything went. Okay, so just for you to know, what I started is I did black priming, and then I did zenithal priming with white. Okay, so this was the starting point. After that, what I did, I applied dried bark on the base, on the sun area, including the skulls. So I applied it quite heavily. I covered everything with dried bark, and I use this one, Storm Vermin Fur, on the stones. After that, I did a dry brushing of Administratum Grey on the stones. I did a dry brushing of Rackar Flesh on the stone, and then I did a dry brushing of Blameblade Brown on the sun, and I went back to Rackar Flesh. So these are all the dry brushing I did on the rocks and on the sun, and then I finalized with a dry brush of Wraithbone on the different skulls. Okay, so this was with a smaller brush. I dry brush all the skulls with Wraithbone, and after that you will see is the stage I did before that is not covered in the clip. So as this point, so now you will see step by step how I continued working on the base. But this is how you look like. This is how the base will look like at the end of the video clip. Okay, so sorry that I have lost this first part, but it's mainly dry brushing. And to be fair, you can do the dry brushing with the colors that you prefer. But I use these brown, earthy browns on the sand. I use grays on the rock, and then I use a bone color on the skulls. Everything as dry brushing. The only thing that was not dry brushing was to put the base coat dried bark all over the sand and the base coat on the rocks. Okay, so that's all, and now let's continue with the video. Okay, next step, you see how it looks like now that we have dry brush the skulls. And next step, I'm going to use iron breaker on the spikes. Okay, we are going to on the metal parts. So like this one here. So we have all these metal spikes. So we are going to apply this on all of them. Okay, so I will do that, and I'm back for the next step. Okay, next step, I'm going to use Aberland Sunset, and I'm going to paint one of the helmets that we have here from the Space Marines. So for example, we can paint this one. I will paint it as they were Blood Angels veterans. I don't want to paint them in red, because I'm thinking that I want to keep the red just for if I do some blood effects, and as well for Angron itself. And I prefer to do these helmets in the different colors. Okay, so I want to go for, here is up to everyone what colors to use, but here, yeah, yellow can also be veterans from the Blood Angels, or Lamenters, or just Imperial Fist. But as I try to avoid the red, so I think I will do one helmet in yellow we can do the other helmet in greens or in blues. So I will take this one, Calidor Sky, and we are going to do the other one in blues. Okay, we put some in the palette. Okay, I try to leave the tubes. You can paint the visor if you want. Okay, I will paint as well inside the hole, and later on we are going to do the wash and the shading as well on these ones. But just to find the helmets easily. Okay, we are painting them. And I think there are only 2 Space Marine helmets. You can of course put more from your bits, but I like more to put the skulls than helmets, with Space Marine helmets. Okay, something like that. Now I'm going to use black to do some of the mechanism, or some of the parts of the helmets. Put some water on my black. I'm using a standard brush from Games Workshop, just the base one. It is good enough to do this type of work. So you can see also did this part, the bullet parts that were on the floor. Also paint them in metallic when I was doing the metal parts. So, and now I'm going to wait that this dries before doing any further step. Okay, so I wait that all this dries and I'm back. Okay, now that the paints have dried, now next step, I'm going to take Aqua Air Shade and I'm going to wash the full base with Aqua Air Shade. So we take quite a big brush, and yeah, passionately we are going to apply it. Start from one side and just go over the whole base, okay? I will go over the skulls and everything that you, so all the whole base, so we will not skip any part of the base. So again, this is not a super complicated step, it's quite straightforward, but you want to have all the base colors we have applied correctly applied, so we have a nice starting point, because normally when you do the wash you want really to have the base colors well applied on the whole base, okay? So you can see you start from one side and just from there we'll keep working. I think I will keep this part as the last one, so I will go back to the rock and do the rock first maybe, and then from there, so you want to do the bottom of the rock, don't forget any part there. Okay, and we are going to do this. So I'm going to do that, wait that the Airwork air shade dries, so this can take some time, and I'm back for the next step. Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with the part 2 on the painting of part 3, sorry, of painting of Angron. We have done the base in the first part, and in this third part we are going to start painting Angron itself. So I will start from the bottom to the top, and I will explain here how I do the skin. I will go for a color skin that will be similar to this one. Okay, it's not really a pure red. It's more like a very reddish skin, okay, with a little bit of pink. And I will start using this color from here. Let me see, just this one, Tusgor Fur. Okay, it's a very dark skin tone, and I'm going to apply this on all. I will start with the legs, okay, and I will apply this on the legs as well, the parts that they don't have armor on the legs. I went to the legs so to be able to, then we are going to apply this one. I will apply this on all the parts where I want skin. Okay, we have to take into account that I will not do the highlights in this area here because I need to glue the wings and the arms, and I will do this later on. But to do this color skin color, I will do it on all the parts. So we are going to apply this on all the different parts that we have skin. So just apply a thin layer. You can see over white, this glacier priming. Okay, so I will do that, and I'm back for the next step. Okay, this how looks like when the eyewash have dried, and now I'm going to do a couple more of dry brushing. So we need to bring back the skulls to a light color. As well, I want to give some highlights on the stones. So I'm going to use again Administratum Gray. Okay, let's take a brush for dry brushing. I will use this one, I think, a little bit too stiff. Okay, let's take this one, very soft. I want to go quite soft this time. About this brush, look okay. And so like that. See that we start showing. I don't want to make the stone too light. I just want, this was a little bit too much maybe there. But you want to be a little bit irregular. Stones are does not have the same. The brushing of the same tones everywhere. Okay, I will not do too much at the bottom. Just want to emphasize a little more the top. Like that should be okay. And now we are going to take a smaller brush and be more patient on the skulls. Okay, I think I will use this one, and now I'm going to use here wreath one. No, just trying to find it. Here it is, Screaming Skull. As there is so many skeletons, I will not go one by one. I will just take some We're going to start, for example, from this one. Okay. Like that. You can leave the bottom skeletons a little bit dirtier. I mean, but what we want is okay. So I will keep doing that, dry brushing on all the schools, and I'm back. Okay, this is what the base looks like now, okay? Now we have to do some small details. So I also did a little bit of dry brushing with the same white on the helmet. You can see I'm going to do just a small detail. I'm going to paint the visors in red. Okay, let me just check it a little bit. This is almost done. This is one. I'm going to use my piston red. Put some in my palette. Sorry. So I'm going to put some here. Now I'm going to use the black. Put some black on my palette. Okay, just to trying to make a little bit of rain. Now I'm going to use Because I have yellow in my palette, I will mix a little bit of with red to make an orange. Just to add a little bit of okay. So in the highlight, I don't want to give too much life to this. Okay. What we can do is I can take black. So I will take, because this is the problem, I don't want to give too much detail to this skull, to this helmet. I want to leave it there. Just want to do the visor, and here the same. I will just do the visor in a green color, so I will take these two. Okay, Western Glow, a mud green, and we are going to give a green visor to these ones. First I apply mud green, and I'm okay with the very extreme edge highlight there, coming from the wire brushing, because at the end I want to show that they are weathered. Okay, here we go, apply this. You don't want to add too much life. Okay, here I will just apply half visor. So at the end it's broken, so I will not put more. And I'm always wondering if this is the metal, if the armor under the paint is really metal, or it's another type of color, because if they are using type of alloys and something like that, it can happen that the Space Marines, this is something I never really investigated in depth. What can be the color of the burn of the armor without painting? This is not good. I've been so long not using these paints, some of them are not in the best of the shapes. Very little. There's one little bit to add. Like that should be enough. I think I will leave the base as it is now. We just can do one last thing. Oh, I lost my brush now. Just one thing I want to do. Right to the other side. One last thing I want to do is to add some rust. Okay. Here we have different possibilities. We can use resin rust, but it's going to be a very orange, and I don't want to go in that direction. So I think I will use directly a contrast paint. Okay, just give me a minute. So I'm going to use a Griff Hound Orange. We are going to apply this on the metals, okay? It's a little bit not a super bright orange, and you can just apply it very softly to give this orange, right? Because it's a contrast paint, it will go. Then you see that it's too strong, just take some water and you can just spread it a little bit. Don't need to put it everywhere, just the ones that you want to give this look of, the ones that you want to give a look of rusted. To be fair, I think I will apply it quite in some places. Okay, because I will not expect that anyone is taking care of these spikes. So and if you see that some of them, I also can use a little bit of what's called the color, this color, using a little bit of Renus Hide as well to darken if I need to darken. Okay, so I have Renus Hide here in my white palette. I just take it, you can make it darker at the bases if needed. Okay, what I will do as well with Renus Hide, you see that in some places the white maybe have not went as expected. I just do some small corrections here and there if they are needed. Okay, I don't see too many to do, but just in case you want to darken some parts, I'll just apply a little bit of Renus Hide as well. You can thin it down with some water, but I think like that the base is okay. You can see the two. I don't want to make the two helmets too bright. I like it more like that, how they are looking now. Quite discreet, not popping up too much. Okay, again I'll put the brush. And I think in that step I will leave the base at this stage. I will not work more because I want to put some turf, maybe some blood in later on. But first I want to see how Angron will be on top of this. You can see that Angron already have some color. I think I already start working on Angron, and you will see this in the next part. I will go for, as you can see in the Angron, more on a fleshy red. So this the end of the second part. I said I wanted to do first the base, have the base ready for Angron to set on top. I'm not a person that likes to put a lot of color on there. I prefer to give the base a background to the miniature, but not to be the star of the miniature, right? Just the support. But later on we can add some turf, so maybe here and there to give a little bit of color and make the base, if it's no, it's a little bit too maybe brown, give a little more of color to the base. That's all for now. So I hope you have enjoyed the tutorial so far to this point, and keep tuned because soon I will come with Angron and how I do the skin tone. That's all for now. As usual, thanks a lot for watching and see you again later. Bye.
I'm taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything.